the Flyers win 6 in a row. Yeah, they win 6 in a row. It's laughable because it's kind of painful, but they win 6 in a row. In a tough building. In Boston. Down 2-1 going into the third. This was not an easy win. This was a tough, hard-fought battle. I thought the Flyers honestly controlled the hockey game for a majority of the time. Tuukka Rask had to come up big. He made 38 saves. When the Flyers finally tied it up 2-2, the Bruins had a wide-open net in the slot, and the guy just couldn't bury it. So to start this off, you have the Flyers taking a penalty. Pasta backdoor on a power play. Buries it. Puts it right past Carter Hart, which we would expect him to do that, and that was his 29th of the season. Right before the first period ends, Jake Voracek threads the needle to Claude Giroux, who comes in, gives a little fake how do you do, buries it on a shot. 1-1. Leader of the team stepping up. Big time moment. Under a minute left in the first period. But then Pasta gets a second goal of the night, his 30th of the season. He was a beast. It was a nice tip in front of the net. And take a 2-1 lead. But like I said, the Flyers pushed. They battled. They fought. They were in control of this game. That's a tough building to go into and play like that. Now, I know the Bruins are struggling a bit. They're not playing their best hockey. But the Flyers went in there and did what they needed to do. So Oscar Lindblom, hanging around net front, gets a late goal to tie it up 2-2. And then in overtime, the Flyers get a power play. Travis Sanheim, the penalty was pretty much winding down. Travis Sanheim rips it. Rips it past Tuukka Rask. Flyers are going. Flyers are going home. After snagging 2 more points. It's crazy. A 6-game win streak, really? I mean, I made jokes about it once we were going on that 8-game losing streak. Like, well, you know, there's going to be some sort of streak coming at the second half. Well, here we are. We're actually going to sit here and watch it happen. Is it a little too much, too late? Maybe. Might be a little too much to have to battle back from. But I will be honest with you, it's fun to see this team play. You look at guys, and I know I'm kind of beating, a dead horse here, but the guys who haven't produced during that losing streak, well, how many times did I rip Oscar Lindblom for being nothing? The last couple games, yeah, he's created a spark. I know Nolan Patrick hasn't been on the score sheet, but he's had a successful game. He plays that two-way forward position. He did that well defensively today. Provorov not playing like garbage. The team played well. The team actually played well. I got to the point when it was 2-1 Boston in the third, and I said, okay, if the Flyers don't find a way to win this game, it's not like they played bad. It's not like I would be upset with their effort. It's not like I would be disappointed with the way they played. Sometimes that just happens with hockey. You don't win. The best team doesn't always win that night. But being down 2-1 in that building in the TD Garden a few months back, vomit-worthy to watch. There's no way. You sit there and say there's no possible way. And the easiest spark to mention is Carter Hart. There's something about the vibe the kid brings. And yet again, he gets another W. Like I said, late there was a wide open chance in the high slot. I mean wide open because Carter Hart went post to post. And they slid it back. Wide open net. Couldn't get it. They also hit the crossbar late. But he shut the door when he needed to. He shut the door when they needed to. So, taking a look here at a couple 2-point nights. Jake Voracek. He thread the needle. That pass to Claude Giroux to go on a breakaway was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And he had a very successful day. He gets criticized big time, and I'm one of them, and I do think it's time for him to maybe end his tenure here in Philadelphia, but tonight on the score sheet, he provided it for us. Sean Couturier in this game in the first period was going up the left side of the wall, and he got rocked. He got rocked pretty damn hard. He got up, though. Got up and continued the shift, but he got destroyed. Also, Scott Lawton had a chance on a penalty shot to tie the game. It was 2-1. Scott Lawton gets hacked, gets whacked while he's on a breakaway, and he comes down. I mean, listen, Tuukka Rask made a good play. Tuukka Rask read it right. It wasn't a terrible, horrendous move, but the goaltender didn't bite, so it makes it look a lot worse. He came down, he did a little leg kick, he tried to wait, he tried to hold him out and go forehand. Top shelf, but Tuukka Rask made a really great blocker save, and he was locked in. I mean, he was a difference maker for the Bruins tonight. If he wasn't as sharp as he was tonight, it could have been an easier victory for the Flyers. But a great overtime win. That is tough to do in that building, and just realizing how many games we have played now in the last couple nights, it really was a tremendous win. And now we get to go back home. We play Edmonton Saturday afternoon. I think we play Vancouver after that, LA. So we're starting to get those West Coast teams come to our building. And the way this team is playing right now, I'm sure the Wells Fargo Center is going to be rocking. And they're very beatable teams. Very beatable teams. You look at Edmonton. They're not the best team in the world. Vancouver, they got some great young studs like Pedersen and Brock Besser, but beatable team. The Kings, beatable team. We have a chance. What if we match that 8-game losing streak with an 8-game winning streak or more? I don't want to get out of my head. Or, you know, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself is what I was going for. So, I'm not. One game at a time. Edmonton's next up in our building. And I'm sure that place is going to be rocking, understanding the team's playing watchable hockey right now. That's the biggest takeaway from me. And I mentioned that last episode is I can watch them. I can enjoy them. I can sit there and get excited for the plays that they make. They enter the zone and it looks like they know what they're doing. Defensively, it looks like they know what they're doing. Is that because the netminder's stronger? Is it because there's more confidence in the goalie? I mean, Claude Giroux was talking about it. Claude Giroux got interviewed about Carter Hart, and he's just stunned. He's just stunned that he's doing what he is doing. It's hard for 20-year-olds to step into the NHL as it is. But to be a goalie, to be this effective, to be winning games, to be consistently winning games, it's special. It's special, and he's doing it. And he's doing it effectively. So just really proud of the team. I mean, I despised everything that happened in the beginning of the season, but it's hard to deny that they are fighting. They are fighting. And if you're going to take a moral victory right now, it's the team put together 6 wins. They just won in overtime in Boston. And being down 2-1 in the third period, it's a tough thing to do. Understanding their power play hasn't been very successful all year. They get a chance. It was a 4-on-3, granted, not a 5-on-4. But in overtime, they have a 4-on-3, and it's coming down to the wire, and Travis Sanheim puts the puck blistering right behind Tuukka Rask. It's almost laughable. It really is. It's to the point where you sit there and say, why? Why are you the way that you are, Flyers? Why does this always happen? Why are we on this roller coaster of emotions, of despicable hockey, great hockey, despicable hockey, great hockey? My biggest concern is there going to be another run of despicable? Is there going to be another unwatchable streak? Or is this team just going to fight to the very end and just come up short? Or are they going to find a way to get in? Or is it going to go back to the garbage? It seems like since their backs are against the wall, well, maybe they have a little bit lit under them. It's kind of like the Eagles mentality. Once, they came back and had a target on their back, and once it became the underdog role again, they played hard because their backs were against the wall, knowing every game meant everything because they needed every game to get into the playoffs. Maybe, just maybe, that is what's going on with the Flyers right now. It's funny because Claude Giroux was talking about it in the All-Star break, saying, we're not done yet. Getting interviewed, we're not done yet. And for some reason, I believed him because he's been in this position before and got it done. And people hate Claude. People hate Claude. And say it's his fault. It's his fault. We never do this. We never do that. It's not Claude's fault. Claude's a great elite player in this league. It takes more than just one guy. So, let me know what you think on the big victory. Big victory. 6 in a row. Flyers are ridiculous.